So, good afternoon, and I want to say a big thank you for everyone for making it out here despite your busy schedules. And please, a warm round of applause once again for the visionaire, Mr. Kostov. You know, it's a thing to have a vision, is also another thing for God to send you the right people who interpret the vision. Oh, yeah, because a vision without a provision will lead to frustration. So, yeah, so a lot of people are gifted, talented, vision oriented, but sometimes it's amazing how people die with their dreams and vision. So, when God gives us great people, we must honor them. Because there's also a bad culture in Africa. People honor people when they are dead more than when they need to be honored and celebrated while they are alive. So, help me put your hands together once again for this great man. So, we've heard a lot, and I feel that this session also will give us opportunities to listen to the road to a champion through their stories, through their experiences. And one thing was said clearly, which I buy: you cannot buy experience. Because in that experience is knowledge, is wisdom, is insight, that when it's shared, if you apply it, definitely you won't go back home the same. So welcome once again, and please, I want us to really pay attention. I want to crave your indulgence to learn whatever you need to learn from this section. And the beauty of it is, I also implore us to put into practice whatsoever thing we have come to learn here. And I pray it blesses you beyond this, and you also be a blessing to others in Jesus' name. So I will start with Mr. Michael. Please, can you share your story? What has the experience been like from music transitioning to the professional specialization that you are in today? The challenges, the hurdles, how you overcome, and what can we learn from the journey so far?
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here talking with musicians. And my own story started in 2007, not too far away.
Some people were not born.
I mean, like many of us here, I also just stumbled in church. My aunties took me to church, and you just see somebody playing drums, and you be like, I can do that stuff, and then you just jump on it. So that was how it started for me: drums, then moved to the piano, then started playing bass guitar. And then you join another church that was ready to pay, and then you leave the church that was not paying, and then you go to the church that is paying. Most of us have had our fair share of all of that. Yeah. So that's how my own story started. Then I think 7 years after that time, then I met Gospel Force. I joined the band as a bass player. I currently manage the band as a band manager.
Amazing.
Then on this side, so there are two types of people I will be speaking to in this conference. The first one are people who are like, you are really deep. You want to do music. Music is everything. I'll be sharing frameworks because Mr. Works has talked about all of that because he's doing like a lot of that music. And there's another set of people that you really want to do music, you are doing music, but you figure out that you have other skills that complement your music. I will probably just be sharing frameworks on how to think about it. So for me, what I realized, or my major regrets in church music and being a musician was that I probably wasted a lot of time, Because we are so passionate about music, we spend so much time in church, you are sleeping in church, you are doing this, you are doing that. Meanwhile, the children of your pastors are abroad and they are studying.
Sorry to cut you. You can be passionate and you can be passionately poor. Yeah. Quote me anywhere. You can be passionate and you can be passionately wrong. And the truth be told, just sorry to buttress your point, you cannot live your life above the life of a transgenerational wealth your pastor or your boss builds for these children. You guys are not mates. You may be older than them by age, but by virtue of the exposure and whatever experiences that life has brought to them, because somebody broke that barrier on their behalf, they have a very wide edge above you. If you are not succeeding, let me not lie to you, they will segregate you. rich knows the rich. The wealthy knows the wealthy. So you cannot claim a stake in the platform that you have not added relevant value with tangible proofs. So please watch out for that. Sorry to cut you. Please go ahead.
Is it working? Okay.
It's working.
So what I realize is that why that happens is because most of us that are musicians, it happens because most of our parents are not very rich people. I'm not a rich person. I didn't come from a rich home. The person that invited me is Sultan. He knows where I stay. He knows where I grew up. I don't sound like somebody that is a Jopako boy. I have my friend here, Tilewa. Like I have people that know my story. What I'm just trying to say is that the reason why most of us turned out bad is because our parents didn't plan our life for us. So most of the time you see that you're just doing your thing yourself. You are struggling to do this. That's why your children, pastor students are abroad because it planned for them that take money, go to school. When you're finished with school, come back, put you in business. So nobody's planning our life for us. So that's why I'm saying that you have to be wise and you have to put into your own hand your destiny. God has already blessed you. God has already, told us, like, go into the world, do this, do that. So you have to be wise because person will not get papa, will not get mama, where they prepare a future for him. He gets wise and he gets get people where they learn from. So you have to not get too carried away with the passion. Exactly. You have been saved. You are called to serve. But then in this world that we are, there's the spiritual world. You are going to go to heaven. You are going to do all of that. But in this earth where we day like this, it is governed by a different set of laws. And it's the laws of money. If you don't have economic power, nobody knows you, nobody cares about you. You are not going to be relevant.
Absolutely.
So as you are serving, be wise, be preparing yourself, be developing skills. Learn business, learn how to sell. Because what I do currently is a balance of tech and marketing. So you have to get good at selling. You have to start reading business books. Those things that your parents didn't do for you, you need to start parenting yourself right now. Start reading business book, learn how business work, learn how economic work. All the things that Tinubu is doing right now, learn how it affects you. So that when you are making decision, your life is basically in your hands, basically. So I'm just saying that as you are passionate about music, as you are trying to learn all the other things, try to get a business mentor, somebody who's going to teach you how business works. So anything you're supposed to learn in 10 years, you can learn it in 1 or 2 years. And you won't spend time trying to learn business or make it work while your music is suffering. But if you have a business coach that is teaching you one thing by the side, you can always easily grow while you're still doing your music. So I will stop here for now. If there's any other question, we'll just pick it up. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Sasu. I'm a digital marketing consultant for Mediacraft Studio Limited. So I think I was able to connect with the audience more when I was speaking about, the background, like where I started from and how it resonated with every other person and how they got into music and the challenges that music put their way and how they can overcome them. As I began to speak, I realized that a lot of people were connecting and they could relate to what I was saying. So I was really happy that I was able to get the message across to them. A sustainable career in music, to me, would be one that has strategy behind it. So I see a lot of people winging whatever it is they do as musicians. So I think people should think more strategically. Say, okay, you can't be a musician forever if you're a musician playing physical instruments. And if you are somebody that's an artist or that like a performer, then you need to have strategy behind it, build systems that can enable you to sustain. For an artist, for example, you start putting work out there, you start releasing albums, releasing singles and all of that so that they are sustainable. And then for musicians, you need to create systems and structure that allow you to like create on your own terms and put music out there that can pay you and you don't have to actually sell your time for money. Okay, so it's my first time meeting Coach Top physically, but we've been talking, we've had mutual friends, but uh, with what even Network Africa is doing right now, I think it is really necessary because most of us who started music, we didn't have mentors, we didn't have guides, we didn't have people to show us the way. So I think this is a platform that can help people at scale We can reach a lot of people at the same time, teach them what they need to be known, teach them things that will save them time, money, and give them like really, really guaranteed future. That makes sense for them. Going forward, I think you should start taking yourself more seriously, and then start living your life more intentionally. Don't let things just happen. Determine what will happen to you. God has given you the ability to be whatever you want to be. So just choose what you want to do and just go after it. Get somebody to show you the way if you can't find the way, and just live the best life that you can live.
Very much. Please, a round of applause for him. One truth I also will be living with you guys is sometimes we might want to blame some things on our parents. Please wait till you become one. I'm not lying to you. But the truth be told is whatever pattern you don't like in your parents' lineage, somebody has to break it so that your children will not suffer that repeated cycle of affliction. I'm speaking from experience. I know what I'm saying. So everything that leaves everything in the hand of God without you playing your part makes you very irresponsible. These are the things that sometimes are not taught in church. God wants you to prosper, yes. God loves you to prosper, yes. Have faith to do the works that prosper. But the word of God says faith without works is dead. So in a situation where you are being taught to practice faith and there is no prerequisite, there is no tool, there is no platform with which you can experience that work or being networked into the area that will also bring you out of that cycle of problem, then that means you have a lot of work to do. And the truth be told, if God does not add value to your life and you add value to your own life, your pastor, your church, your family will not respect you. So, corroborating what he has said, your destiny is in your hand. The life you are living now is just as a product of your choice. If you don't like what you are experiencing, you change what you are doing that will bring you to the life you wish to intend to experience or enjoy. I don't know if that makes sense. So, sir, please, can you also help us, enlighten us about your story, how you became and what brought about the transition and the experiences and what we can take home from that journey so far. Thank you, sir.
Glory. Can you all hear me? All right. I don't think I can hear myself.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Mic check 1, 2.
So I hope we all like stories. Right. So my journey into music began in 2009. And there was this particular man that plays saxophone on my street. Right. You would always hear him from afar. Now, I went to meet this man and I told him, I want to learn sax. Now, as at that time, saxophone was 35,000 naira. I think sax is now maybe 210,000 for just a normal random sax, right? But then, yeah, it was 35,000 naira. I went back to my mom, right? I told her I want to learn sax. She said, okay, how much? She said, the man said the man said I should just buy what? A sax. Now, my mom couldn't afford it at that time. Now, he spoke about not coming from where? From a rich background, right? Though we were supposed to be rich. I look like Ajebota, right? Just wait till you hear my story. My dad was a custom officer, but, we weren't taken care of. Now, I couldn't afford the sax then. You know what I did? I went to a particular man who was doing carpentry behind our house, right? And I told him, sir, I want to learn carpentry, right? I'll connect it together. Music, right? Didn't work. I told him I want to learn carpentry. I thought I'll be making fine chairs and table. This man carried me to site. I was carrying 2x2, 4x4 wood.
Wow.
Inside very thick bush. I even met my crush father on the site. He took me to their house. I met my crush with with very tattered clothes, right? Now, that was a little bit embarrassing, but my mom told me something. She said, when it's time for you to learn this music, you will learn. Now, how did I get to learn, right? The church one day just decided they were going to buy saxophones for people. Now, the day they bought the sax, I didn't go to rehearsals. And they shared it already. I said, it's like, something is wrong. One of my friends now picked a tenor sax and picked a soprano sax, an alto sax. I said, guy, only you, 2 saxophones. Drop one now. Abi? Now, he didn't drop it. I now got a clarinet. I learned clarinet. Do you know clarinet? Yeah. So I learned clarinet. So the knowledge of clarinet, it was easy for me to now learn what? Sax. When I picked sax, within a week, I was able to learn sax. I was playing, you have to grow into having a very good tone. So, but I was playing. Right? Now, that was where my music journey in saxophone and music generally began. Now, I attend Deeper Life, right? And they actually teach us theory of music. Do you understand? So you don't even need to go to a school of music to know theory. Deeper Life. So, and Deeper Life is a place they don't pay you for your service. All these ones that you people are arguing, pastors should pay you. They don't pay you, and you have to be at the rehearsals. If you don't come, you will be disciplined. You don't understand that kind of thing, right? So what most Deeper Life musicians actually now narrow down to is music education, right? So I was teaching. My story is very long. When I left Ibadan, I came to Lagos. I had nothing. It was just music. I fell sick. I ate one apple that turned my stomach. I said, I want to go back to Ibadan. But I didn't know God was doing something. I came to Lagos in 2014, right? I started earning 10,000 naira from teaching music. There was no church to pay me because why? My kind of church, you play for free. Yeah. You don't get what I'm saying. You play for free and you must come. If you don't come, you'll be disciplined. Right? So I was forced to do what? Music education. So I was teaching from one school to another. Theory of music is here like this. We don't use paper, book to teach theory of music now. All the time signatures, we form songs for it. Any music teacher that you see that is carrying book, syllabus, his syllabus is here. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's built me, right? Now, I think because of time, I would move into how I came into, what I'm doing right now. I'm a brand designer, right? How did I come into brand design? Poverty sat me down.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
On a very, very fresh Saturday morning. And I asked myself, why? Because, you see, most of us musicians, if there's no gig, after third term, as a music person, that's the end now. You don't understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After third term, because you're a part-time music teacher, your salary does not continue. Now, I asked myself, is this how I want to continue? And I said something. I said, I need a sustainable career. It's not that music is not sustainable, but the kind of, music I was doing, music education I was doing as a then, right, wasn't sustainable. Because after third term, you are not their staff. They don't remember you. Now, I started designing in 2019, wow. Right? You see, not too long, right? But when I realized that, I need to really, really face design, was lockdown. Now, that's why I say this thing. Everybody needs a lockdown in their life. Now, let me explain what I mean by that statement. You need a lockdown where you are not earning anything, but you are building a skill. It's a time, it's a phase for you to actually suffer. You may not have anything. You may not, gigs will not come. But that lockdown, what did I do? The convener of the program said he had how many certifications? About 27. I also gained about 13 to 15 certifications, right? In design, right? The one from Udemy, the one from Coursera, the one from, very, very professional. And I kept on improving. Night, you are sleeping. Poverty is reminding you, you are sleeping. So I didn't used to sleep. I used to stay in a room then. Now, I can't really tell my story, but I used to stay in a room then when rain falls, water comes out from the ground.
Water, you turn into wine.
The bed will be soaked. Let me tell you, when I was in school, I slept in an uncompleted building. Wow. Where rain flooded the place, right? You had to be awake, and the next morning was exam.
Wow.
So these things actually built me as a person. And I was like, no, I can't continue this way. I need something that is sustainable, right? How many of you here, as a musician, you play gig, 1 gig, and they pay you 900,000 naira for a gig? Ooh. What if I told you, now because we're music, what if I told you I've charged 900,000 naira to design logo? Right? It's not just a logo, and it's an entire identity, right? That's why I call myself a brand identity designer, right? It's an entire identity. So something sustainable, something that would actually give you that money that you're looking for, right? That's what we're talking about. If music is paying you, but if you know that you need something additional, right, to actually help you, look somewhere, look tech, look at. That's my co-founder there, right? He's a musician. He plays guitar, and he's also a designer, right? And we work together very, very, very beautifully well, right? So, what am I saying? I'm coming from a journey, right? A journey of suffering, right? Suffering. And I can't really tell all this. Maybe other questions will, bring forth other stories of things I've been through, right?
Please, a round of applause for him, please.
Thank you.
My name is Martin Kesene, and I'm the founder of Artboards Creative Limited, and also a brand identity designer. Yeah. My story from being a normal music teacher and transitioning into doing tech full time and founding a company. Yeah, so I think a sustainable music career is when you get to that point in music that music actually pays all your bills, and you don't have to depend on another private side gig, to actually get things done and get your bills paid, and that helps you face music squarely. You don't have to say, I want to become somebody, I want to go into tech even. So at that point, you have a sustainable music career. Yeah, amazing man, amazing initiative, and I actually wish him the best, because this will actually expose a lot of musicians to other opportunities outside music, judging from his own story, right? And how he transitioned into tech, becoming a cybersecurity expert. Now, this would actually help other musicians also grow in that space. So, just keep doing your best, keep grinding, and I believe that in a few moments from now, you're actually going to reap the reward of all the labors that you put in.
Sometimes when I tell some younger folks, they see the mouth of an elder as if it's smelling. But sometimes when they learn the hard way, they will now try to come back to say what brought about their own problems. Reason being that God would not bless a man without a due process. Just to collaborate or to buttress what you're saying, the church we were to winners when we grow up, they don't pay. But I discipline myself to the essence that I will use what God has given me that will make me the sought after. So I was not looking for money. I was looking for what follows money, or what money follows. If money is the only thing you are looking for, you may never have it. And if money is the only thing you have ever gotten, you are the poorest person on earth. Access gives you power, gives you influence, and builds credibility and strategic, relationship with kings and people that matter. When you have that, you cannot be broke. But you may be broke by virtue of character deficiencies that closes those doors of access. Oh, yeah. Because sometimes people wonder why they are not blessed. Anytime you see something happening in your life, you are not doing well, it's probably because you have abused a sensitive area of access that probably closed that door of opportunity for you. I got most of my big breaks during COVID. I'm telling you, I worked with Wole for about 20 years. I was recording drums, So in the place of that recording, serving under him, I learned the art of production. I started putting eye. Sometimes he would slap me. I am not sleeping, you are sleeping. You are silly. My friend, stand up there. Leave what you are doing. I said, why is this man so wicked like this? No. I said, if you want to live your life the way it is, then you can sleep. But until you develop capacity to the extent that you are making wealth where you are sleeping, then you have not started. I said, okay. So I now started plugging in on that. Little did I know that he didn't even tell me. He left the country 2019 to 2020. So I was not like, okay. I said, bro, that fun? I said, I've transited. Apply the knowledge you have learned, and let me see if you bring value to your life. Then I'll be grateful that you learned well. I said, okay. And got so good, 2020, there was lockdown. So I had access with my cousin's studio. We started collaborating. And got so good, gigs were coming. Production, you don't have to, and the rest is history today. And sometimes when you see some of the projects, and I'm proud of you, I'm grateful. Because the truth is, I learned the hard way. But some of us want to learn the soft way, and you still want to remain up there. It's not possible. The truth is, God cannot break process. You have to follow the due process. And even when you are achieving it, the due process should still be maintained. And what you do in maintaining something is more expensive than what you did to acquire it. So you must learn to strike the balance. So my next question is, how do people perceive you as a brand? Because there's one thing I've learned by the experience. Sometimes clients perceive us in a way that we don't deserve what we are demanding for. And I spoke to someone a few times ago. I said you don't place demand when you don't place a demand when you are not in demand and when you are not the demand. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You don't place a demand when you are not in demand and when you are not the demand. Even when you are in demand and you are the demand, you don't take unnecessary demands that will take you out of demand. I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense. I said, you don't make some demands if you are not in demand and if you are not the demand. So if you are in demand, you are sorted after. You are popular, you are famous. You have added value over time that people now see you as somebody they can invest their time, their resources, their credibility just to hear what you are doing. And even if that one is also happening, you don't also do things out of that demand that will take you out of that demand. So my question now is, how do people perceive you as a brand? And when it comes to that demand on you, that is, demand is placed on you to offer those professional services, how do you balance the relationship between you and the client? That even if you say you want a so X amount of value for these services, they don't see it as ridiculous and they don't see it as overpricing.
Very great question. I'm to go, right?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So, branding, right? Now, firstly, you must have a level of experience and more like a portfolio of work, right? If you don't have that, you don't have what to show,
then you are probably applying for that gig by faith. And nobody trusts you by saying, I can do this. They want to see what you've done. If they don't see what you've done, they can't trust you with. And when we talk about personal branding, now people think branding is logo. It's not logo. Branding is not logo. It's how you present yourself, what you do, what people see, right? What people perceive of you. How do you position online? How do you position offline? Right? Now, coming to the question, a client approaches you. Now, I've had clients who approaches me and say, we want to pay. So recently, I got somebody who wanted to pay $25,000, right, for websites and social media design. Now, let me be honest with you. I was first scared of the amount that was offered. But why was she able to offer that was because she met me on a platform, right, where we put our portfolio. That's Behance, right? So on Behance, you have to put your budget. So preparation, right, is what make you get what? The opportunity, right? So on that platform, she just puts a budget. And I was like, really? $25,000? What actually made me, why can I be able to say, okay, confidently, let's have a meeting? Why? Because of personal branding, the experience, and what I've put out there. Now, if you don't have the experience and you've not really done so much work, now, firstly, you can do passion works. Create something, do it, and put it out there. Now, you need to always put yourself out there, right? And that is how people will be able to trust you. If you've not done it before, most people will not trust you to actually. That's why when you apply for jobs most times, they want to see, okay, where have you worked before, your experience, and all that. So if you've not done it before, right, they won't be able to trust you and say, let me trust you with this particular price. And the same thing comes to people having, packaging and having a car. Say, I have a car. Brand. When people see you with a car, they're like, okay, you can do it. Same thing comes with maybe you have a MacBook, right? I don't use a MacBook, by the way, but the laptop I use, you understand? So when they see a MacBook with you, they might not even know whether the MacBook, my Windows, maybe it's MacBook 2015. But the one I'm using, but that perception, they say, okay, he's using the MacBook. That means he must have made some kind of, let's trust him with this. So it's the way you actually, kind of like present yourself. So let me just stop there and allow.
To add to that, no matter how blessed, how talented, how big sometimes your portfolio can be, who is also recommending you matters. My brother, please let me warn you. I'm praying a prayer for you. When you are at wit's end and you need a voice to speak for you in the corridors of power when you are not there to defend yourself, one prayer I'm going to pray, may your destiny appraiser be favorable. Because the truth be told, you may have all the skills. If somebody does not speak on your behalf, I'm sorry, you may not have that access. You may not have that key. You may not have that open door. In most cases, people may not trust what you can do, but they will trust the person who through you are coming from. Excuse me, this bearer is well known by me. Attend to him. They won't see you as Kesene. They will see you through the person you are coming from. So it is the respect and the honor that person recommending you is to that person. That is the same part, even if you don't know how to do it. Please share that experience.
So I had an
experience. I hope you are gaining something.
I had an experience recently. So a client came to me, and I did a work for him, right? I'd finished the job. So somebody else saw the job and said they wanted to do the same thing, right? And I charged her. She first shouted, ha! I said something. I said, okay, can you go back to the chat of the person who recommended you and ask how much I charged? Now, when she realized that it was the same amount I charged, she now came back. She said, that's within our budget. We can actually do it.
And first, you shouted.
Sorry to cut you. No client will, each time a client tells you, I don't have a budget, it's a trap. Be careful. Be careful. Sometimes I don't have that budget. It's a psych to check your desperation for that work. If you apply too desperate, they will see you as too cheap and they will price you beyond standard. And somebody who is not as better than you may negotiate better, higher, and they will see the person worth that price. Because why? They take advantage of your desperation. There's a book online, you can download it in PDF form. It's called The Law and Power of Negotiation. Most musicians could be richer. But when it comes to the business aspect of knowing what to negotiate, the dimension and the dynamics of negotiation, they miss it. That platform. That gig. I go enter British Airways. How stupid will you be if your logistics fee is more than your take home? Please think about it. I will fly a $1,500 airline ticket to London to go and play a show in OVO or Arena or Wembley, and I'll come back home with maybe 100,000 naira. A lot of musicians are suffering. They won't tell you that. You will bill them, you send them DM. You just come back from gig. You say, you know if you understand. And the truth is, that's what's happening. Do I have offer for gigs? I said, yes. Sometimes somebody will come here. I said, sorry? Only 100K did they pay for this gig. I say, I'm not a 100K musician. They say, why? You say you have pride. My wealth of experience and knowledge for over these years is expensive. You are just trying to get it for that few minutes. You can't pay for it. So I must quantify the value and the commensurate reciprocal and return of what you want to get from me in 5 minutes. You are paying me for those number of years, not what you want me to play 5 minutes. So as musicians, as creatives, we must learn to understand that. In some cases, like you said, people will first see the container before they see content. And in most cases, the person with the finest container or the biggest container may hire you that has the best content and underpay you, and the person will still live large because you also lack branding and the power of negotiation. Because their clients are very funny. The truth be told, sometimes they say, this is what I have, help me manage it. The same person who is paying you 100,000 naira is spending 5 million naira on makeup. Is spending some other stupid millions of naira in the essence of the things that does not matter. But you that matter, you don't see yourself as the person that matters. So that's why they treat you like you don't matter. Please, do you have something to say in that regard?
I don't know. So most of the things he has said it all, but if I will add the way it works in my business, I don't think I want to talk about my business. I'm trying to avoid to talk about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I think we have like 3 types of people here. We have people who are musicians, that is, you play music. Then we have people who are musicians who want to do something else. Then we have people who are singers, maybe who want to become artists. So for me, what works for me is referral, because my work is that good that they will refer. For reference, I'm not trying to brag, but just to like reference, like I designed Tim Godfrey's website. Yeah. We designed Pastor Dami, Folabi Noel, like Henry Soul, Gaze Babatu, we worked with him before. So is that once your work is good, they will come back, they will refer you. So that referral, this thing is very, very good. So as it applies to musicians, the way I see it is that for musicians who want to do music full-time, I recommend that you just be good at what you do and then have mentors, because mentors are very important. Because what is going to take you 10 years, you want to say, I can't do it, I don't need mentors. If you are trying to prove me wrong, say, okay, I don't need mentors, I'll do it. So you are going to waste 5, 10, 15 years before you can realize, this my Gaffer don't just recommend me and I will have done it. So please, I beg in the name of God, if you find somebody who is above you in the industry, be a mentor under them. Because mentorship is not just about them showing you the way. Sometimes it's them saying, go and giving you access. Very important. They'll just give you access. And it will save you. Imagine you trying to climb a 25-story building and you want to jog. rather than using an elevator, somebody will just mention your name, say, give my guy this thing, and that is it. That is how it has worked for me in business. Like 90% of my clients are referrals. It's either they come directly from somebody mentioning my name, or they just see my name on the website and say, now you do this thing. Oh yeah, let's work with him. That's how it works. So I think that's what you should do in terms of that. Do your work so good, put yourself out there, that demonstrates that you can actually do the work, but also have a mentor. If you have a mentor, you won't be doing process. If a new client comes to me now, I'll be writing proposal, project brief, timeline, all of that. But if somebody mentions my name, invoice straight up, no delay, no. So that's what I would say about referral and mentorship is very, very important.
Also, as creatives, as business people, there are people you must be transactional with. There are people you must not be transactional with. Learning and having an understanding with balance and moderation, who to be transactional with and who not to be transactional with. I'll give you a story. I have a client who wanted to buy some equipment and, do installation. And the person came, said, don't say this is it. I trust you because I came through Mrs. So. And so I said, yes, I understand. So when we did the quotation, I did like 3 specific, types. The high standard grade, the medium moderate budget, then the affordable. I'm being realistic here. You may see me as a bad person because some people, the best way to maintain that access is to still keep transactional relationship with them. Because if you go further, you may end up wounded in the first place. The person just needed you for what you wanted to do for him, not because the person really likes you. When people come towards you and the shiny light is on you, sometimes don't see it as love. You have what they can need, but that doesn't mean that you are indispensable. If you are not forthcoming, they can do without you. Truth be told. So this person now came to me. I said, okay, you are buying the equipment of so millions of naira. Okay, I will take 4 million naira for my charges, service charge, logistics and all that. Say, why are you so wicked? Why are you so mean? And I'm like, madam, you are buying equipment of times 20 of what I'm charging. So indirectly, it says to me, you value your investment of the equipment more than my life, more than my skill, more than what will make you understand the value of what you purchased. I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense. I said, well, if that be the case, I said, okay, no problem. I said, but the truth be told, the knowledge you have above your client is your edge. Be wise enough to know when to use it. Because sometimes you may regret not using it and there might not be another time. And there it goes. So when the person was now saying, so I will go with this budget, I will only pay you 500K for these services from 4 million naira. You think say you did wise. Okay. The budget that I gave, she said she wanted the high budget standard. Now she didn't understand my business trade secret. If you purchase some things with some volumes, definitely you get commission. And for the vast knowledge God has given me about negotiation too, aside the commission, I also had a bargain to say, this and this and this. I also got another bonus on the... And unfortunately for her, when she now needed to buy the equipment, the dollar rate came down. I'm telling you, this is a true life story. So, but I now understood that what she now needed to buy must not... I was even trying to call her, say, madam, say, please, don't disturb me. Say, please, the money, I'll send it to you. Go and buy whatever you want to buy. I said, I'm trying to tell you that, see the situation on ground, though, this can also save you because, say, my friend, don't disturb me. I say, if that be the case, I say, madam, then, let's go with the budget. And truth be told, I got it, I got the bonus, I got the referral, and also got the bargain. And I said, ma, thank you for the opportunity. She was not even happy. That, 500K more. But she didn't know that my trade secret I can't share with you, I have had an edge above that. The danger about some of these things is if you do client relationship with those people, they will still tell another client what they did to you. So you must be careful. If you now say you want to do relationship with Mr. Tommy Tush, I can do it. But if you are not Mr. Tommy Tush and you came through him, I don't know you, I will deal with you with that discretion. Even though I'm coming through that person, I will still be wise. Because if I say because I collected 1 naira from Mr. Tom, that doesn't mean I can't collect 20 naira from you. But the ideal thing is we must also learn to strike the balance as at when it's meant due. So my next question is, how do you create influence with your area of specialization that backs, mentoring other people and leading a chain of new set of leadership in that specialization, are also advancing or doing a development on the community?
This question long.
I beg no verse. Now the way it take on. Sorry about that.
Okay, so influence, that means you want your life to change other people. So how do you build influence? Everything is perception, really. And it's all about what you have achieved and all of that. So if you want to be, I'm not the person to be talking about influence, but I help other influencers anyway, so I can share some ideas. If you want to be influential, everything is perception management. It's all about how you show up. I can come here showing up in a suit. I'll look like a millionaire. I can come here showing up like this. I'll look like a senator. So whatever you want people to think about, if you want them to think you're a pastor, show up, wear a suit, wear a tie, and be sophisticated. Let your perfume be slapping everybody. And you don't post anything on social media. You don't just post anyhow. Because in the world of mammon, or in the world of the economy, they segregate you between you have money or you don't have money.
Exactly.
And we all know how the economy works now. They value people who have money. And if you want to show up, you want to have influence, you want to have like a power to decide what you want, to negotiate your terms, you have to be very, very intentional about how you show up. If you're an artist, don't be one of those people that will be putting out selfies like this, doing all those things. Like, show up like a serious person so that people can take you serious. If you want to work with a graphic designer, talk to Martins, let them do a logo for you, be putting out monthly flyers, be putting out God bless you flyers. Like, show up like somebody that is a company, like a business, like a serious person. Because if you show up like you are broke and you are poor, they will treat you like you are broke and you are poor. But if you show up packaged, sophisticated, and you are talking like a company, like a nation state, you're not just writing caption, God bless you. You go to ChatGPT and you ask him to like draft a proper write-up for you, a press release, you are releasing an album, ask him to draft a launch plan for you. So you have what to post every day as you are launching. If you want to grow influence, you have to like show up like an influencer. You can't show up like a commoner and expect big people to treat you like an influencer. So you have to show up like you can afford them. In fact, you have to show up like you can pay the person that wants to pay you. Because if you don't show up like that, they will treat you like another 2K person.
Oh, yeah. Very important.
But if you present yourself on your social media or your profile, anywhere they look for you, they see somebody wearing a suit and tie, or they see somebody who is with his guitar, with his rock jacket, go and check Gospel First profile.
Yeah.
I did that and I'm proud of it. Go and check it on Google, go and check it on social media.
Look at how this great man for us.
Look at how everything appears. So that is, if you show up like a strong person, they will treat you with respect. So about influence, it's just about how you show up. But you also be sure that your content, what's inside your head, what's inside your mind, you are reading, so that they won't give you platform and you now go and mess up. Exactly. You might never come back from that.
Exactly.
So develop yourself, discipline yourself, and I want to talk about something else. Like the last thing I want to talk about is because most of us grow up from humble backgrounds, there are a lot of things called poverty monkeys that we deal with. Indiscipline, self-doubt, all of those things in your mind, all those negative self-talk in your mind, you need to find a way to kill all of them. You have to kill them. Because those are the major things holding you back. That person you want to approach for mentorship, your self-doubt to say, I don't even reach that thing, I don't even reach that level. You have to find a way to kill those things. Like, kill them, let them totally die. Self-doubt, negative talk, indiscipline, lackadaisical attitude, all those attitudes that make you feel small. Kill them. Put yourself in the midst of people who are doing better than you. That's how you level up. If you want to level up really fast, Find a mentor, find other people that are doing better than you, whether they are artists, they are musicians. Just put yourself in their midst regularly, and in no time, you level up. God bless you.
Please help me celebrate a round of applause. For me, the little I would say, leadership starts with integrity. Let your lifestyle reflect the core values. You don't preach what you don't practice. Let your life lead that thing you are preaching by the example you set. So by the platform God gives us an access, whenever you see somebody greater than you, please let me just give you this wisdom. Don't look for what to get, look for what to add. Because in relationship, you must not be the parasite. You must seek the good of that person and add value to that person in the situation where the person is not even seeing the problems that he has. But you see the problem ahead of that person and you solve that problem. In that way, the relationship is cordial and you are not just coming to take. And even when you are even taking, the person will take you serious because you are adding value. Because no money is free. No opportunity is free. No access is free. If you are not paying a price to service it at the back end, you may never get another one again.
Yes. So just to add to that, for you to have influence, to be able to influence others, right? We had something. Now, first, you need to become an authority in your field. You get what I'm saying? Become an authority. Now, when I say become an authority, Case Baba has spoken, Dr. Foy has spoken. Let them be able to come meet you by themselves. You are that good in whatever you're doing, right? Now, that way, you've become an authority. People looking up to you will come to you and say, oh, I also want to learn. Now, you are becoming an influence, right? And you have people now also looking up to you to actually learn. Yeah, thank you.
Leadership influence is about humility. Don't use what you get by grace to disgrace others. Season changes, time turns. Be careful of how we treat people.
Aspire to
Because
Maguire.
treating people right sometimes is better than quoting scriptures you are not practicing. God bless you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Global Dunsin. I'm a musician, a producer, a project management, consultant. I'm into music business. A sustainable music is something that beyond the impact, there is value added and it uplifts you, creating a lifespan of legacy that blesses the world, the humanity, and at the same time you feel fulfilled and you are purposely driven, full of satisfaction that, yes, you are living your dreams. Coach Toff is an amazing man who I feel has an exceptional leadership quality. He's a person I've seen as selfless. He thinks of others. He thinks of humanity. He thinks of how people can benefit. Born from a place of passion, who has also experienced downtimes and downturns. He also feels that musician has opportunity to be respected. Just as people respect senators and people, key figure people, and as a musician, people can also have definite, remarkable stand in the society, taking decisions, living a life of, relevance and having leadership roles and commanding attention, creating a sphere of, influence in the country and the entire world as a whole. So this is an initiative to remove musicians from the list of being poor, for the list of being undervalued, from the list of being underpaid. So musicians must also come from a place where we can relearn, unlearn, and redefine purpose through our thoughts, through things that we never thought we could do, but at the same time, those things hold the value and the future that we seek. We've seen musicians who are into tech, who are into banking, who are into different spheres of influence. That does not reduce them. It does not also bring them down. Rather, it gives people an avenue to express themselves and in the places of other opportunities and rooms. That beyond music, you can be who God wants you to be. And your life is not only limited to that talent and skill alone, because talent is never enough. Well, it's about relationship and networking. There are relationships you build that must not be transactional. Some can be very eternal. Like sometimes the goodwill that we enjoy might be as a result of the seeds of our prayers that were sown. So relationship with God is good, but relationship with humanity is also valid. Because on earth here, God has given man the ability, to dominate, to live life, to fulfill destiny. God doesn't spend dollars. We spend dollars. God doesn't need cars and these and things to, influence purpose. We need them. So whatever we need on earth, God has provided through the gift of men. And whatever we want to achieve in life is also through the channels and the access and the doors through the gift of men. So relationship is very crucial to fulfilling destiny. And whenever God brings good people our way, we must not look for what to get. We must prioritize our level of commitment and impact, sowing seeds of value into their life. Because transaction will give you money, but relationship, strategically coordinated by divine discernment, will give you a lifetime of fortune. So it's your choice to choose wisely, whether you want to relate transactionally or you want to relate with something that will give you value that will also outlive you. So relationship area is also very important. And how you see yourself is also how people will see you. So I think those are the key areas that resonate with me the most.